Welcome to On the Record. I'm Mason Flores, your host. This is Drew Kirby, Holden Beers, and Robert Murray to your far left. We got some things to talk about. It's the NFL playoffs. Let's get right into it. So, the Rams-Eagles. Me personally, my take earlier in the year, I had the Rams going to the Super Bowl. It did not pan out, but hey, they got there. So they got close. But, the guy with the Redskins shirt on predicted pretty good prediction, man.
Yeah, the Commanders, their offense is just too good for that Lions defense that's all banged up. They got third-string players playing in linebacker and in the secondary. Their D-line was all banged up, so Washington was able to run the ball. And Jane Daniels, we can talk about him being a top 6, top 5 quarterback now in his rookie season. It's insane how good the Commanders have been.
We could, but we did the same thing with C.J. Stroud, and then he kind of fell off.
I wouldn't say he fell off.
He did.
I wouldn't say
he 100% did. What are you talking
I think
about?
it's not him falling off. It's the team falling off. Their offensive line is one of the worst in the league. Their defense was kind of lackluster this year, and they had a bunch of injuries at receiver.
Kind of lackluster. Oh my God.
They were mid. They were the 10 to 15 range.
They had two elite.
I don't think Jalen would fall off next year at all.
I'm just saying, we can't, I get it, he's really good right now. But the thing is if you put these expectations off of 1 year, I don't know.
He's in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah,
of
no,
course
but
he's going to have expectations.
that's what I'm saying is, we said C.J. Stroud was the top around the top 6 quarterbacks, right, last year, right? Right.
I would say he was
if we're looking at hindsight, you're gonna say, "Oh no, probably not," because of now. But back then, he was one of the first rookies to have that much. Bro, people were saying that was one of the best rookie seasons ever, and it was.
Yeah,
it was.
It was a better season than this year.
Stroud's a baller. I got him last year. I had him around that 6, 7 range.
Yeah, but
nowadays I have him. No, but I have him 8 or 9. So it's not like he's falling off completely.
Yeah, I think he's still top 10 talent.
Yeah.
They won a playoff game this year too.
Yeah.
They did. Yeah, because of him.
And they didn't have Diggs or Tank Dell.
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying we don't want to top 5 as a rookie.
So
he's playing like it, but I'm just saying you got to give him a little more time.
I think if he makes the Super Bowl, he's top 5, which I think can very likely happen.
I don't think so.
I
don't think it's likely, but
I don't know about top 5 yet because for me, my 5th is Herbert, which we get into that game. That was a horrible game on Herbert. But for Jane Daniels, I do think he's in that 6 range. My eyes, they don't deceive me. I see the team around him, and he's putting points on the board every single drive.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, and the heights, it doesn't bother him.
He's already got the clutch gene.
He's got the clutch gene.
Yeah.
I've seen it. He's got every single intangible that an elite QB needs.
Yeah,
he's nice. He
does not play
right
like a rookie. He definitely doesn't.
I really think it's beautiful just watching kind of a poverty team like the Commanders, who's been bad for so long. I know you know what this is like, Mason. Maybe not the winning aspect, but just seeing. I'm so happy for the fans out there in DC. They definitely deserve it.
So my question is to you guys: are you guys gonna be happy for me when the Bears get?
Yeah, I'm gonna be happy. Heck yeah,
I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a division rival fan.
I'll see, the thing about the Bears and Vikings is we never really had one of those moments of hating each other. You know what I mean? We're just rivals, but. It's really just we hate the Packers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Any Packers fan that's watching, bro, you're not even from Green Bay. What are you doing? Why are you watching the podcast? You're not from Green Bay. You were an Aaron Rodgers fan. Why are you a Packers fan? We don't even gotta get into that. That just gets me mad. Why are you a Packers fan?
But all you have to think about is this: it was a successful hate watch on the Lions this weekend. We watched Jane Daniels do it. He did well. He's shown us all year.
It was beautiful. The hate watch. We don't gotta get too biased, but what I'm wearing. We're gonna get into the news for the Bears soon, but man, the Lions, their fans just chatter online, in person, and they're just showing up out of nowhere. Why am I seeing Lions gear now?
It's bad, bro.
What are we doing? It's the same thing. We gotta stop it, fans. I'm wearing this when we're not even playing. We're not even playing. Look at these guys. This dude's not even wearing his team. That's not his team. He's an Niners fan.
My keychain. He was
not
wearing it
just
because
saying.
my prediction
I
was
was like,
right.
you got to
My
give him
prediction was
credit
right.
I
for
wanna
his
let-
prediction at the beginning of the year.
No, it was.
Yeah.
No, that's why he's wearing it. But you know,
You gotta rep the
I'm
agendas.
repping.
Yeah, rep the
I'm
agenda,
repping my team no matter what. Bro. Respect it.
Yeah.
That's respect.
Respect it, bro.
I think we also got to talk about Mark Andrews at the end of that Ravens game.
What do you do?
I
If
think
you're
I
Mark
think it should have been
Andrews,
Isaiah Likely getting that ball.
Likely's been good all year. In that
Yeah,
moment.
I think it should have been Likely running that flat route.
I mean,
But
Mark,
Mark
Andrews
Andrews
been their
turned it
guy.
up a little bit.
I know,
He's
but
been their guy for how long? How many years? And that's
And he had a
always
good
been Lamar's
end to
go-to.
the season. He had like 6 touchdowns at
It's
the end of
not.
the season.
It's not like Mark Andrews had a horrible year. He had
Yeah.
some good games. You know?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not, and it's not like Isaiah Likely really outproduced him that much more. I
Yeah.
get he had a better game than Mark Andrews for sure, but
yeah.
I'm not mad at it for drawing up that play for Mark Andrews. It's
Yeah.
just really
I don't know.
unfortunate that he.
I think. I
It's
mean,
sold
been
my
3
goat.
times
He
now
sold
he's
my
dropped
goat,
it.
Lamar
Lamar
Jackson.
didn't throw it the best though. If we're keeping it on it, he should have caught it, but it's like
He clutched up on
he
that
didn't-
last drive.
He did, but the throw at the last, like he kind of just thought about it too much. He didn't throw it right to him. Like he threw it like a little, and he had to move it. But he should have caught it, but it wasn't the greatest throw. That's what I'm saying.
Drew doesn't like this take. I think Lamar's a generational playoff choker.
Oh my god.
Generational
No, I hate
is
that.
crazy.
I hate that so much.
Generational is crazy.
He can't make it past the divisional round.
He did last year.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, he
AFC
did.
champ-
Yeah,
but
you're
barely
right.
though. I mean, it wasn't like
But he's
he
not
hasn't been-
consistently. He's not
he
like
hasn't been
Mahomes,
impressive
Allen.
in the playoffs though.
To me, Lamar Jackson is the James Harden of the NBA, where he runs into some crazy talent. He balls out, maybe has a couple of bad plays here and there. Of course, everybody is. But, I've seen what he does. You know, he's outside of that play, outside of that fumble, and that bad interception, which that interception didn't even cost him that game. He was nails all game. Lamar was doing his thing. And that's what elite QBs do, you know?
But think about it.
Turnovers
The
take
amount
away
of turnovers
possessions.
he had in the regular season compared to when he gets into the playoffs, it's like that percentage is such a big percentage.
Yeah,
jump.
He plays the
Yeah.
same. He's improved so much as a player. The thing about me,
Yeah.
what my issue is with Lamar, I wasn't like on the big like hate train that people were on like in 2021 and 2019, where he was young and like he was just making those mistakes. But he's grown so much as a player
Yeah.
throughout these years. But then he turns into the same player in the playoffs every single year. I'm not saying look.
You fall back to what you know.
into right. He is inconsistent in the pocket. He makes those mistakes. He holds on to the ball. We just saw it on the fumble. And you're talking about interceptions don't affect the game. That takes away a whole possession for your team.
For
Yeah,
sure, yeah.
and the Bills did score on that next possession.
They didn't
No,
score.
they didn't.
I think
But
they
you
punted.
could have scored.
They went 4 and out, I'm pretty sure.
You
3 and out.
you as an offense can score if you don't throw the interception. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Turnovers
Yeah, the
matter no
momentum.
matter what
Yeah.
happens after.
It kind of
Yeah.
put a momentum at a stalemate instead
Right,
of
yeah.
the
Yeah,
Ravens.
you're
But
right.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying is like he turns right back into like he's still a good player in the playoffs. But I'm just saying like he turns right back into the same player in the playoffs, no matter what year. But that's what I'm disappointed about. Is because you got to be better. You got to be better.
I agree.
Yeah, I think Drew's take of him being the James Harden of the NFL
I
because
would
he
agree.
is playing he is at this point one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. He's
Yeah.
been up there for the past 5 years.
He's in MVP talks this year.
Yeah,
He probably will.
And-
MVP3.
but the thing is, Lamar
probably-
has been the MVP, but he can't get to where he wants to be in the playoffs,
tough.
and
That's
it's
tough.
not fully his fault when it comes to that. But some of the games he does kind of make some of those mistakes,
Yeah.
like the turnovers.
Didn't you say he's this generation's Peyton Manning?
I 100% agree. I stand
Yeah,
on
if you
that.
look
That's
at
what
the
you
re-
told
at
us.
the,
Yeah.
at the
By age
stats, yeah.
28, they have the same exact record in the playoff. Very similar touchdown to interception ratio.
Yeah.
And Peyton Manning just never really had the best luck in that first half of his career. It's just on that back half. Then he started getting that luck, and he started making better plays. And I think that's going to happen for Lamar Jackson. I
Well,
really, truly believe
think
we're
so.
going to
I mean,
see a Lamar Jackson ring.
I don't know if
I think so.
He's winning a Super Bowl.
I think the thing with Lamar though is he's not gonna. How long did Peyton Manning play till he was like what 39, 38?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Lamar can play till he's 39, 38. I think will still get a ring, but he's probably gonna play till he's like 35.
Why don't you think he can't play till that long?
I think
'Cause he's mobile.
because he's mobile and
That's- I
it's
mean,
just
yeah,
the
that's
longevity is
okay.
not like it's
He
different
won't-
compared to Brady
He
and
won't be as
Manning.
fast, of course.
I
as he
think
is in
he
his
can
prime
still
right now.
I think Stafford, believe it or not, Stafford used to be a little more mobile. I know his game isn't like
Yeah.
Lamar's, But if we really think like
that's what
Lamar can play in the pocket though.
Yeah.
It's not like a Jalen Hurts situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lamar's got
Well,
top 5 arm talent.
Yeah.
He can make throws. I think he can be.
That's
got
what
one
happens
much better
with like
accuracy.
running quarterbacks, right? They do this early in their career, but then they're gonna revert to being a pocket passer later in their
I
career.
mean, you
Yeah.
see that with Russell Wilson this year.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But the thing is, defenses, they don't think about the run as much because they commit so much time and effort into game planning for Lamar Jackson's running ability. That they'll put in so much more time to his passing game. It'll be easier to stop, in my opinion, compared to now. So, I mean, it'll be hard for him to get a ring once he's older because of the mobility. But I think for the next couple of years, he has a chance.
Like Josh Allen isn't going to be as mobile later in his career.
Let's
Yeah.
talk,
All the big
let's
hits
talk
he
about the
takes.
Bills. Let's get off of the Ravens because we know they made the mistakes. We talk about Lamar, but Josh Allen. I mean,
Hey, he's
I think he's
unbelievable.
legitimately going to win the MVP.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
legitimately
You think that game decided the MVP?
no,
y-
but
even though
your
playoffs
votes are
don't
already in
decide,
before
Yeah.
Like I still think he was the MVP.
I don't
I-
think he was.
I think in terms
I think
of
with the amount the media was going into Josh Allen compared to Lamar, because Lamar has his 2 MVPs
The
already.
only way Lamar doesn't get it is because of voter fatigue.
Yeah, I agree. Which I think voter fatigue is one of the stupidest things in
Yeah.
sports.
LeBron should have 10 MVPs. Right now.
All right.
Now, I think
that's a low
I
ball.
think it is closer than like if there isn't voter fatigue. I still think it's pretty close because you think about who Josh Allen has on that Bills offense.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, they're still a top 5 offense just because of Josh Allen, and the award is called Most Valuable Player.
Yeah.
If they don't have Josh Allen, they're getting a top 5
bottom
pick.
5 team.
They're getting a top 5 pick.
Okay, so I
mean,
see the
You
argument.
can say that for any elite QB in the league.
No, you
though.
can't.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
100%. The Chiefs
Jalen-
will be bottom 5.
No,
No,
So
no.
Jalen who?
but like you take Jalen Hurts
Jalen-
off because he's not as great as
They'd be
QB,
better.
right?
Lamar, if you take
Yeah.
Lamar off
So
that
you
team,
put
they're a
Herbert
playoff team.
in Jalen Hurts' situation. Herbert's going to look great, right? Because of all the
course.
weapons around him.
Because Herbert is better than Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. So then
Yeah.
you put Hurts in Los Angeles. Hurts is going to look.
Well, we're not gonna act like the
Yeah.
Ravens don't have an All-Pro team. Like they have
Yeah.
Derrick Henry. Like that's what. Like if you
Yeah.
take Lamar off the team, they're like 9-8.
Yeah, and I think that the
Are you
Chiefs, the
serious, bro?
I
Chiefs,
completely disagree.
Derrick Henry literally
O-line.
carried the Tennessee Titans to
yeah,
an AFC
that was
Conference Championship.
2019. Derrick Henry's still elite. He's still
He
good.
was
but
top
he's not
2019.
2019.
He
Derrick
was.
Henry
He
anymore.
almost had 2,000 yards again.
and I think the Chiefs
Because of Lamar.
saying
A
back to
big
the
part of that's 'cause
back
of
to the
Lamar.
Chiefs
Excuse
saying
me.
they're a bottom 5
Big
team.
part. Oh man.
Yes.
Bottom 5 team without Mahomes, I don't think
Yeah.
that's
The Chiefs
happening.
are-
Their defense
Because
is,
there's
is
still the
top.
Panthers in the league. Are you serious? Like there's the Panthers, there's the Bears. Like
Shots fired.
you know, but it's my team. Ooh, this is the Panthers. There's the Bears. There's the. I mean. who else?
Panthers-
The Tennessee Titans, the Jaguars.
Panthers weren't even that bad this
Dude,
year, to be
but-
honest.
They were
They were
bottom.
better at the
two.
The
end.
Jaguars.
Better at the end.
The Jaguars falling off is like.
That was crazy.
Yeah, because they had that 27-point comeback in the playoffs the previous year. By the way, Justin Herbert's a playoff joker. Let's not talk about
Yeah.
that as well.
Yeah.
But they had that comeback, and then they just fall off a cliff again, and they're fighting for the number 1 pick. It's like, well, what happened to T-Law, you know? What is he supposed to
Man,
Yeah.
it's like,
So
and
bad
at the
coaching
same
will do
thing
that.
is like, people are talking about the coaching, but like, with any other quarterback, people would have been criticizing the quarterback. There's not enough criticism going to Trevor Lawrence right now.
Well,
What's
I
going
think
on with that?
I think he struggled this year. Not only
He had an elite wide receiver.
I know, but he went through injuries. I think he tried to play through them throughout the year, and that cost
So
him.
you think next year
That's-
he's going to
I
I think
some
next year
excuses.
they just hired the Tampa Bay OC, who I think is one of the most underrated hires.
Is that really a hire? Did
hires.
they actually hire him?
Yeah.
When?
It was this morning or last night. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I think when they officially get him and he's in the building, he's going to build that offense way more than Doug Peterson's
Tampa's
able
got
to.
a really good.
Because
like,
Tampa,
ground.
their offense was so good, especially in the run game with Rashad White and Bucky Irving. No one expected that run game to be a top 5 run game, but it was.
And Baker Mayfield had career highs.
Yeah,
all
Baker
across the
Mayfield
board.
had 4,000 yards. What was it?
Yeah.
Almost 40 touchdowns.
Look,
So-
L. Cleveland, by the way. Getting rid of that, man.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be so honest. I really don't care about the Jaguars right now. I'm really looking forward to Bills, Chiefs. I mean, I want to talk
Yeah.
about that really. That's
We didn't even
that's
talk
my-
about.
that's
We
my-
didn't even talk about the NFC. We didn't
Yeah,
even talk
no,
about.
we got a lot of playoff teams.
We
to talk
got
about.
Rams,
Yeah.
Eagles. Like that was a crazy.
Well, once
that's probably the
I
craziest
love
game of
watching
all.
that game personally because of the snow coming down. It just
Yeah.
brought down
Yeah, no,
it,
snow
it
games
brought
are
good vibes, and it's like old school football. Like
Yeah.
you don't see that often.
I think you can make the debate that the Rams would have won that game if it
was,
wasn't. a snow
I was
game.
gonna
That-
say the same thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
that really
100%.
costed them.
That was my
And
take
Really,
earlier.
both teams, both games with the Ravens. I don't know if that fumble would happen.
It would definitely would have.
And there was a lot of drops that game. I mean, the ball was slippery. You look at that Mark
Yeah.
Andrews, the first fumble. I don't think that. Well, I
But
guess that was
Lamar
a punch
still
out,
made the
but-
mistake of
Yeah.
trying to stay up
He
as
did
he's
too much
getting
there.
He should have
taken down by
on
4
it.
people.
I think back to that Rams-Eagles game, I definitely agree if it wasn't snowing, the Rams win that game because, one, their defense, they would have played a lot better versus that Eagles offense.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have
still
let
played good
Saquon get
defense,
2
too.
70-yard
Well,
touchdowns,
and then,
I don't think.
their receivers couldn't get out their breaks
Yeah.
because of snow on the ground.
Yeah,
You
Puka had
slip.
like 3 drops. That was tough.
Yeah.
They gotta
I
give
think
Cooper the ball.
Also, I think the play calling by McVay in that second half was kind of questionable. Yeah, he
They
did
ran
a
a
lot.
lot.
He did a lot of play action and like screens that you would run in normal weather. But you got to think about it. It's snowing. You got to run the rock with Kyron Williams, who's
But
been
then,
one, a
and
top
they try,
back.
and then he fumbles though.
I don't know how
I
many.
know, but
I don't know how many people put a bet on Kyron Williams to score anytime touchdown.
I did.
It's-
Bro,
I feel like a lot.
But
of
I
people,
feel like a
because he was
lot of
almost a
people
guarantee.
went for that because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like he scored so many touchdowns for their
Yeah.
offense.
I made-
and even if he fumbles, I still give him the rock.
I blame
after
that on you,
because
actually.
Maybe.
he's been your top back all season long. You have trust in the guy.
I think, but the thing is, I'm still putting my trust in Stafford. That's why I picked them to go to the Super Bowl because
Yeah.
I thought he was the most. I still think he is. Like he's the most suited quarterback in the NFC for the playoffs. You know, I still think that is the case.
Not Lions fans chanting Jerry Goff.
No, I think Jane Daniels is probably the best one left. I mean, he's probably
Yeah, I mean he's been.
he probably played the best out
he's
of
better
anybody.
than
Yeah,
Hurts,
well, and
for
he's
sure.
been in the most close game situations all year than any other quarterback. I mean, they've had what 6 straight games decided on the last play of the game.
And they won all
Well,
6.
Yeah,
We all
Nothing can prepare
remember.
you more than
We
that.
all remember the game versus the Bears, the Hail Mary. Just got to bring that up.
That's what started it for
That
him.
really,
It really
That-
did.
that ruined
That started the
everything.
Bears downfall.
Yeah, and started the Commanders up. Yeah,
but
It's not fair.
yeah, for the Rams, I mean, as a Niners fan, I really hate how quickly they rebuilt their team. 'Cause they pushed all their chips in for 2021, got their Super Bowl. I'm like, okay, it's cool. They're gonna be trash forever.
yeah.
Now that D
I
line's
mean,
insane.
dude,
It's
just
just
hitting on your
Matthew Stafford,
hitting
man.
on your drafts is just so crazy.
It's so
And they-
crucial. Yeah,
Jared Verse, I mean, he's tier 1 edge rusher.
Yeah.
in my
We're gonna
opinion.
get to the award predictions, but I mean,
He's my
Defensive
favorite
Rookie of the Year.
one.
Yeah.
My question with the Rams is, how much longer can you go with Stafford as your QB?
I think
Not
when do you look to
much.
replace?
one last year I think
Yeah.
is gonna be
You
it.
saw
I
that
wouldn't-
post game interview with him. He looked. He looked.
yeah.
kinda
I mean, he might be
defeated a little
retiring
bit.
this offseason. Yeah.
I understand. I mean,
I think-
what do you do though?
I think they try and if he stays this year and that doesn't retire, I think they still draft a quarterback in like the mid to
Develop.
late round. Just try and develop him with.
Milrow would be really
I
nice.
I think they could.
I'm not-
I know that he might not be good out the gate, but if he sat behind Stafford and
Yeah.
learned, Jackson Dart would
I
fit
think
that
I
offense.
think he has the potential, the
Jackson
best
Dart
potential.
throwing
in
He's
darts.
got the big arm.
I don't like Jackson Dart personally.
I think
I
He's
just
I
think
don't know.
he's
a raw
This
yeah.
quarterback
Yeah.
class is.
It's
booty,
horrible.
though.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
trash, really.
It's not horrible.
No,
it's
it's
just bad.
horrible.
It's gonna end up being one of the best.
It's not as bad as
This-
the Kenny Pickett draft.
Oh.
Okay,
gosh.
that's generational bad. Though.
Yeah.
This one's just all time.
Yeah.
Watch us come back to this, and it's like one of the best classes ever.
Yeah.
No, one of the best classes ever is this past one. Like
Yeah.
there's gonna be
Yeah.
a lot of elite
Yeah.
quarter.
JJ McCarthy
Like,
didn't
you
even
might-
play, guys.
I know, and he played. The reason why I think JJ McCarthy, he probably hasn't been talked about the whole year.
well, no,
but-
he tore his meniscus.
I know, but I think JJ McCarthy could be with Kevin O'Connell. He could be a top 10 quarterback. I think easily, like not the first
Top
year,
10?
but eventually.
Maybe,
Because you
yeah.
think
You
about
saw
like
when he
James
cooked with
Daniels,
Sam
it's like,
Darnold?
Yeah.
but the thing, and I'm not even.
There's a reason
Vikings
Kevin
fan.
O'Connell got extended.
I think it's
a few
and,
hours
and
ago.
people forget about the preseason. He had one of the best preseason games ever. I know it's preseason,
Yeah.
but against the Raiders, he was playing perfect, bro.
He was cooking.
It was one of the greatest.
Yeah, no, it was
quarterback
pretty
performances
good.
I've
He
ever
was
seen.
cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Like
That game pushed him to almost starter before he tore.
he
his
was
meniscus.
the starter. He was the starter, and
Yeah.
then I mean they probably would have started Darnold one game, but I think because you got Jane Daniels. I mean he's the rookie of the year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Caleb Williams, Drake May. We don't even got to get into Caleb Williams. We know. We should know. Drake May, he's gonna be solid.
I pray Josh McDaniels doesn't ruin him. I just pray.
I pray because I don't want to see the Patriots be good again.
I think I like Drake May as a quarterback.
think
so,
too.
too.
And
I
I
think
think
so,
with
too.
with Vrabel at the helm, they're gonna get good pieces around them.
Sucks, bro. Why are they gonna be good again?
I mean, they're probably gonna make the playoffs in 2 years. I don't think next year is gonna be the year.
I mean, their division is so weak right now, so they really.
That is, I mean, other than the Bills, yeah.
This year,
Yeah.
Not this year.
Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, guys.
Let's talk about Super Bowl matchups. Like, what do y'all want to see?
I think everyone,
Commanders,
besides
Bills.
Kansas City fans and Philadelphia fans, wants to see Commanders Bills.
I think it would
I
just
don't
be a
want
really
Commanders,
entertaining game.
You don't want Commanders Bills?
No, I don't want Commanders.
I think it would be a shootout, Commanders Bills.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. I want Commanders Chiefs.
Because
I think Commanders
I think-
Chiefs is what's gonna happen.
Listen, I don't think there's a better script
So you-
the NFL could come up with than bringing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, chance for a three-peat for Patrick Mahomes, and a rookie QB knocks him off.
Yeah.
I mean, and that
It's not
starts the
happening,
next
bro.
era of QBs.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels.
do you have the script at home or something?
Maybe I do.
What's
Maybe I am
going
the
on?
script.
I'm gonna bring all the moods down. I think it's gonna be Chiefs Eagles again, bro.
No,
That's ugly.
I'm sorry, but I think that's personally.
I wouldn't know who to root for.
I don't know what I want. I want that actually. I want Chiefs Eagles.
You want Chiefs Eagles?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't want.
He wants
The thing
Your
that
hatred for Jaden Daniels runs that deep.
I don't have hatred for Jaden Daniels.
He has hatred for the Commanders ever since that Hail Mary.
Yeah.
And can you guys blame me though? Like at the seats and at home, could you blame me? Our whole season was ruined because of that.
Yeah, the vibes were 4-2 going into that game.
We should have been 5-2.
What'd you end the year at?
5-12.
5 and whatever,
5-12. Yeah.
5-12. That's tragic, man.
We beat the
Hey, you
Packers.
beat
though.
the
I hate
Packers,
the Packers, bro.
I was
You guys
like,
suck, bro. Jordan Love, terrible, bro. Not even. He might not even be top 15, bro.
oh, God.
So you're picking the Eagles. I know Holden, you and me are picking the Commanders. What about you,
Yeah.
Robert?
Who I want to see win the Super
Just who
Bowl?
you think's
Who do
gonna
you
win?
think is gonna
At the
Bills?
NFC Championship game.
Or out of the NFC?
Yeah.
Oh, Commanders.
You got Commanders.
Really?
Commanders.
Y'all
Yeah,
are,
there you go.
man.
I like that.
We're just acting like Saquon Barkley doesn't exist.
I mean, I think.
Do
Saquon's
we
gonna
not see
cut.
the comeback
Yeah.
Jane
No,
Daniels
Sa-
had versus them this year?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Hurts is gonna throw some silly interception in the third quarter or something, or
We can
or
come back to
fumble.
this in a week. I want to come back to this.
Or he
Okay.
fumbles,
We'll
and
come back.
that's what's going to cost them the
We'll
game.
come
I think
back
it's
to
going to be
this.
close, but I think Commanders.
It's just me against
Slightly.
everybody.
They just gotta
Like,
stop the
come on.
run. Saquon
Yeah.
really might put up like.
I think
250.
everybody
Saquon's
just hates the
still
Eagles.
gonna put up
Everybody
100
just
plus.
hates the Eagles. Everybody hates the Eagles. That's why.
Yeah, that's no doubt.
That's
Everyone, no one likes the Eagles
let's
unless
take
you're
away
if
the
you're
hate.
from Jersey and Philly, you don't. Like
If you
the
take, I don't hate the Eagles. Why would I hate the Eagles?
Eagles. really,
Why would you like them?
I don't
why-
like 'em.
why?
I just don't hate them
Okay.
because I only have because I live only
Who's the
around
double doink
Niners
versus?
fans.
Who's the double doink versus?
So, who even said anything about the double doink? Are you serious? Do you hear this guy?
Actually, the other day I saw a video of
Yeah.
Cody Parkey hitting it off the upright 4 times in one game.
I remember that. We still won that game too.
Yeah, I know, because you guys were playing the Lions when they were
Trash.
trash bags.
They're
Yeah.
still trash. I want to let you guys know that they're gonna be bad next year.
Dude, they had their best season ever, and we had nearly the same season with Sam Darnold.
Y'all had
Oh,
one
0
of
and
your best
3 in the
seasons ever,
playoffs.
too.
NFC
But
North.
greatest division.
Hey,
ever.
we have one win in 2025. What do you have in 2025?
0.
What
I
is
guarantee.
What do the Packers
we'll end
have
up
in
with more.
2025?
We'll end up with
0,
more.
bro.
Don't worry, we'll end up with more.
Detroit, you had one. You played the Vikings.
Now, do you guys have Chiefs or Bills winning that
Chiefs.
game?
Easily.
Bills.
I think the Chiefs are gonna win.
I think
Chiefs are
Josh
gonna win.
Allen finally gets over the hurdle in the playoffs.
I think y'all are
over
letting
Mahomes.
so many emotions just get the best of you.
Yeah.
Like y'all
I
want
think-
want certain Super Bowls and you're picking them. That's not how picks work.
I think Buffalo's going to turn. It's just the same as the Eagles
I've been-
Commanders game. I think Buffalo's going to turn over late, and then Mahomes is going to take over
I've
and
been
score.
saying this since the beginning of the division round. Before any division round game started, I said Bills Commanders in my Super Bowl.
That's
From
what-
there
that's
on
what
out.
my
After
dad
the
was-
Vikings got eliminated, because obviously I'm going to root for my team to make the Super
Yeah.
Bowl. After they got eliminated, I was like, it's going to be Commanders Bills.
Why though? I feel like after
Because
that-
I just have that trust in Jay and Daniels to win in the NFC Championship game. From what he's shown me this year, the Heisman winner from the previous year, he's the Rookie of the Year this year, no doubt.
for sure.
Yeah.
And he's just going to show that poise in the playoffs once again. And then Josh Allen, I mean, he's going to be the one who, like, takes that crown in Buffalo and he's just, like, going to be there, like...
I think that would be the coolest. I think out of all of the scenarios of who wins the Super Bowl, number one, the coolest would be Commanders. Because, like, it's the first time a rookie has ever even been to the Super Bowl. No rookie has ever even been to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And it'd be the first rookie to ever win the Super Bowl. He probably wins Super Bowl MVP in the
Yeah.
city of Washington, D.C.
Rejoice, yeah.
Crazy.
I've seen so many videos of old Commanders unks crying because
Yeah.
it's Jaden Daniels. It's so funny.
Number 2 would be the Bills. The Bills, I
Yeah.
feel-
0-4 in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
lost it 4 straight years.
Yeah.
Imagine that comeback and just be on
Yeah.
And then you're
And the
just
amount
like-
of times they've lost in the AFC Championship
Right.
the past few years.
And then obviously last would be the Chiefs to see them win the Super Bowl.
I think that-
A three-peat would be cool.
That's a
I
cooler
wanna see it. I
story
can't
than the
lie.
Eagles.
Yeah. I mean, the
I
Eagle-
agree.
I like to see
I like
Saquon get a
Barkley,
ring.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but is that bigger than a 3-peat?
No.
The first 3-peat ever?
No, I like seeing greatness and seeing a 3-peat.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
And then-
No,
and then
I
plus-
always tell people.
And then Mahomes would have the second most playoff wins of all time just behind Brady.
I call him the GOAT.
But
If he
the
gets
thing
a-
is
I mean,
that-
I already call him the GOAT.
I always
Oh,
tell
yeah.
people
I do
this. I always tell people this. I'm like, you hating on Mahomes, but he is great. I like watching greatness too. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
saying it, but like, I think my personal matchup would be Bills Commanders just because.
I think that game versus the Texans, even though they won, that was pathetic.
Really?
Yeah. Troy Aikman on the broadcast was saying it best. And he's a broadcaster. He's not supposed to be biased. But,
He wasn't by. He was just speaking facts.
yeah, he was
Well,
speaking
he
the
saw
facts.
Mahomes
I missed that game.
Well,
I was watching.
after, you know when Mahomes, when he did the flop out of bounds?
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah, he was kind of like trashing Mahomes.
And
for that.
the first, like, there's like the second one where the second roughing.
Or where the two defenders collide and
Yeah.
start hitting Mahomes.
Yeah.
And then
see that too.
and Aikman was like he didn't even say it on the replay. Like the first thing he said, he was like, "Oh, that's terrible." Like when they threw the flash,
Yeah.
he immediately said that.
Yeah.
Just let's clap it. Like man, Aikman, that's the best broadcast duo right now.
Yeah, probably.
You
Easily.
about Troy Aikman?
Give them the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We don't want to hear Brady.
I think second is I don't know.
Brady's been cool, but we don't want to hear him first year. Are you
Yeah.
serious?
I really like Joe Davis.
He's
as an
back in the
announcer.
Super Bowl. Are you serious?
Yeah.
We've seen Brady enough in the Super Bowl. Get him out. We don't want to see him again. We saw him 10 straight. Man, bro. Don't get me
Not
hot.
10 straight, but he went there 10 times.
He went there a lot.
Yeah.
But he did have a decade
That's why
where
he's the
you
GOAT.
want to talk about he had a
Number-
decade without going to the Super Bowl.
Number 11.
After his
right
first
here
one,
from
third
Super
one.
Bowl appearances.
Yeah.
It's great.
I just want the Bears to be good, bro. Like I don't even have to be a Super Bowl. I just want to be.
Well, you guys
Well, we
just
could
hired
get
Ben
into coaching
Johnson.
hires now, yeah.
Yeah, you just hired Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson.
Let's talk about it. Everybody, I want to say whoever said we weren't getting Ben Johnson, Raiders fans, I'm looking at you. And Robert right there.
I'll proudly admit, I thought Ben Johnson was a Raider.
The Raiders fans who are trash talking on Twitter, we've never even had any like
Do you
conversations.
get trash talk on Twitter like that?
Oh yeah. I'm a part of Bears Twitter.
Dude, I at you. You never respond.
When?
On some post, you never responded.
Okay, we'll see, bro.
Dodging beef.
Yeah, he is dodging beats.
So, Raiders fans, in person, I'm gonna say sorry that we took him from you, because in person y'all are pretty cool, but that Twitter beef was not okay. Well, you were like saying, "Oh yeah, he's a Raider. Bears are gonna be crying." It no, you're crying. Look at you now, bro. Bears are on top right now. We're already winning the offseason, bro. We're the offseason. So this is our Super Bowl. This sucks, bro.
Dude, if we could insert that video of you sending it to our group chat and just
Yeah.
putting it up there.
We can. I mean, if you know, if we allow it.
you kind of get a little emotional and get.
We can get emotional now, but I'm not. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna
You
keep
say
it
a few
fun.
words that.
Oh yeah, I could say them now, but I'm just gonna keep it PG.
Exactly.
But I just want to let everybody know that the Bears are back.
So you guys think that's the best hire so far?
What other
question?
hire is there? Like
he's
Raymond-
going
Yeah.
to one of the better situations.
He was
Come on,
he
bro.
was top candidate, and he's going to the top place to
Suitor.
be hired right
Yeah.
now.
Let's
So.
just stop being hateful. Like that's really what it all boils down to.
And they were gonna get what
Dan-
Dennis Allen at defense coordinator too. Most
and
likely.
Darren Rizzi as our and Darren Rizzi
Yeah.
as our special teams.
That's like confirmed.
Dan
Dennis?
Campbell's downfall is
Confirmed
just gonna be
Dennis
great. Dan Campbell's downfall.
One of the
is gonna be
best
great, dude.
defensive coordinators out there right now. Yep.
Because I don't
Robert
believe,
Saleh is number one, but we're not getting
Yeah.
him. Brother Niners off.
I don't believe Dan Campbell's gonna do good next year.
Nope. And I'm here for it. I'm so happy. Lions fans, you had two chances. It was last year and this year. Let's not talk about how you choked a 24-7 lead at halftime to the Niners. Niners
you
fans
feel?
are right
You
here.
proud about that?
They were so proud of you.
I was happy to see them lose, not only because I was rooting for the Commanders.
and then the Commanders, you let a rookie come in and stop you
Yeah,
in your spot.
big bad Detroit.
but, yeah.
In your spot. And you talked so much stuff over the last 2 years when you haven't had nothing, bro.
I mean, I don't
It's
think
been 30 years, you had nothing.
we're talking bad about Detroit, but I don't think they're gonna fall off like that much
They're
because
not winning 10 games.
That is.
I'm telling you right,
They're definitely not a 15
Their roster is still stacked. I mean, they got probably the best running back duo in all of football.
Easily.
Their receivers are still pretty good. They got Amon-Ra, James Williams. He's young. He's gonna develop. They got Sam Laporta, probably a top 7, top 6 tight end. And their defense, when healthy, is a top defense with Hutchinson, especially. So
I'm just saying.
if they make the right hires for offense coordinator and defense coordinator, I think they're gonna be right back into.
We do gotta acknowledge
that spot.
we're biased to NFC North.
I know. No, I know.
Let's not also forget of how the season went when they didn't have Ben Johnson. The season before they were good.
Well,
let's not.
Well,
talk,
their roster was also
still
pretty
a year
bad.
away. Back.
So-
They didn't have
That
Brian
9 and 8
Branch,
that 9 and
they
8
didn't have
year?
Jameer. They,
Yeah.
I mean,
They had-
were
they
obviously
had-
a different
They didn't
team.
have. Yeah.
DJ Reader. I mean,
Yeah.
they're obviously.
They did
I'm
make
not
some,
sure.
but let's just like.
I mean, their roster when Dan Campbell
y'all
got there was
folded.
horrible.
You folded
I think my question with the Lions is, can you win
with Jared Goff. No, you can't.
You don't think so?
No,
Not at all?
sir. No.
I think you might be right.
There's a reason
I
Sean
think-
McVay got rid of him.
Yeah.
We
I think
literally
you're
just
right.
saw an example. There's 3 examples, maybe even
Yeah.
4. There's 4. Every time Jared Goff's in the playoffs, he's losing you the game.
Yeah.
Every
Well,
single time.
I actually think the biggest play in that game is the James Williams pick. I think that play call in the third quarter
no, definitely,
on a
but what
drive
led up
that
to
you
that?
need to score on is a horrible play
What
call
led
by
up
Ben
to that,
Johnson.
though?
I know
Jared
Ben
Goff
Johnson's a
was free.
great play
Yeah.
caller, but that was a
That's
bad
pretty
call.
bad. That was like
Romo Dunze next year.
Throwing a pick in the wild card round.
Speaking of Lions coordinators, Aaron Glenn in New York right now.
that'd be cool.
Nah, yeah,
I
that's-
think he gets hired by tonight.
If
Yeah.
I was Glenn, I would never take that job though.
Me
I would
neither.
stay
No
so
one.
far
I mean,
away.
well, no one wants to go to the
Yeah.
Jets.
I think he gets hired by tonight, though.
Yeah.
They have a good roster though. Like I mean, you take
Rodgers
Rodgers
is
out of the
out.
equation.
He's out.
I
Yeah,
think,
oh, he's
I
done.
think Garrett Wilson is gone this year.
Nah,
I think he's a commander.
Because
I
Really?
think Garrett Wilson is a commander.
I like that take, Drew.
Why, though?
I like
Why?
that.
Because, dude, he wants to be a commander. He wants to play with Jaden Daniels. If you look at his Twitter,
Yeah.
if you look at
Devontae
his Twitter,
Adams?
he's actually hinting at it. Like,
Yeah.
actually,
What are they gonna do
commanders
with
know they
Devontae?
want to get another
Yeah.
receiver.
I think if they
They
lose,
want to give up their first
If they
round
lose a
pick.
receiver,
Yeah.
it's probably gonna be Devontae Adams.
yeah. I think
Who
Garrett.
said they can't lose both?
I think Garrett
They're not
Wilson.
losing
No, you just want them to go all out.
I
and
think
get him
no.
out.
Can we be on it? He literally like the indication is if Rodgers is staying, then he's gone. But Rodgers is probably gone.
Mm-hmm.
Garrett Wilson he's still young. He knows that though, and if the GM is smart, he's like, yo, Garrett,
Yeah.
we're gonna give you the ball regardless. You and Brees are our guys on offense, and
Yeah.
when we
I
get this
think-
quarterback going, we're good.
I think if he's smart, he's definitely going to wait to see what the Jets do in the offseason before deciding if he wants to request trade. Like, if they say Rodgers retires, they got to draft a quarterback.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
know
No
it's
matter
a
what-
bad draft
no
class,
matter
but
what,
you
you're
got to
drafting
draft a
a
quarterback. Maybe trade up and try and get Cam Ward.
They also
top
drafted,
three
they
or
drafted Jordan
something.
Travis last year too. By the way,
Yeah, they do have Jordan Travis, but you never know because
he broke his ankle. I mean his ankles. So.
Yeah.
Achilles, right? Or
He
It was
broke
his knee.
leg. He
It
broke his
was
leg.
his leg, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it was
we'll see.
like 3 different breaks or something.
We'll see though.
Jets are cooked. I couldn't imagine.
I don't think so. They
You
have
don't
such
think
a
so?
good roster. They have one of the best.
Well, they're going to
tackles,
lose DJ Reed.
one of the
Yeah.
best corners. They can draft though. We're acting like they can't draft.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Yeah,
can.
some gems, like some really good picks.
DJ Reed a Viking.
It's just they need
probably
the
not.
two
He's
things
probably
you
not.
need to win in the NFL. You need a QB and you need good play calling, and they are so far away from having
Yeah.
either. of
You
I
them.
think
need to
Glenn.
you have
I think
Garrett
Glenn will get a
Glenn?
good offensive
Oh
coordinator
yeah, for
though.
sure. He's got connections.
He's
Detroit-
smart.
Detroit's got some good
Yeah.
connections.
I
Man.
mean, Glenn would definitely be.
That's
a
the
good
thing about
start.
football, though.
Yeah.
You need everything to come together at once and be unified. You're not going to be the Chiefs every year, where you could just like somehow make the AFC.
I think the Bears
championship
have
game.
everything now, though.
You think
O-line?
so?
Draft O-line.
Yeah, draft O-line. Yeah.
Yeah,
we're
O
going
line
to.
heavy.
I think we
They're
have
gonna get
the
Will
setting
Johnson
stones, though.
or
Kelvin Banks.
Will
Will
Campbell.
Campbell, yep.
Yeah, Will Campbell.
I
Yeah.
think.
I
Kelvin
think
Banks might be a little better.
my hot take for the draft. I mean, we're not there yet, but
Damn.
we still got to get into awards.
I was like, we're far away.
I think we're gonna draft Ashton Genty at 10. Because if we think
The
about
Bears
it,
That's a
Jet-
Ben Johnson.
Yeah,
draft for
because
sure.
he did it with Jameer Gibbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think
It was hated on at the time too. The Jameer
yeah,
Gibbs
and
thing.
people are gonna hate it
So
too. The
hated.
Bears fans are gonna hate that I'm saying this, but if we get our O line, like if we sign like 3 O linemen, I'm cool with drafting
Yeah.
Genty,
How much cap do you have?
like top 5 in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Commanders got the top.
And the
one,
thing
by
is,
way.
Top 2.
Ben Johnson knows how to build an O-line. The Lions had the best
See,
O-line in the league.
That's why I think the only reason why Ben Johnson and the Lions drafted Jameer was because that O line was set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe they want
So
to
you
set
think-
that O line first. I mean, You know,
Yeah.
they still got some
They already
holes
have
in that
Montgomery, too.
interior,
That's crazy.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you say get your O line.
I think they might
place.
get their. They're
Yeah.
gonna get their O line first.
I
But
think-
I can see them.
But you
getting
can
Gentry for
sign
sure.
people.
I think
in free
they're
agency.
gonna draft Campbell at 10. You kind of got to.
He's gonna be a guard then.
I was like-
He's got two.
I was
he's
like, what's
too
the free agent
short.
guard
His arms
class
are too short
looking
to be
like?
tackled.
I should know
Probably
as a
nothing.
Vikings fan. I should.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to get.
If
good
Darisaw was
linemen.
healthy, I think y'all would have been.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I was really high
Yeah,
on
you're
the
you're
Vikings.
hot. As soon
I
as
love the
Darisaw
Vikings.
went
I
down,
love-
you're
yeah.
like, you guys are cooked.
I
Because-
called the Rams were gonna win that game. By the way, everyone else said that the Vikings were gonna win.
I didn't.
Yes, you did. Yes, y'all did.
I didn't.
Well,
Why are we
I-
acting
I
like
said
y'all
the-
didn't
I said
say
the Rams.
Vikings?
Shoot, I said Jared Verse was gonna have 4 sack game, and
I don't think
I was
so.
Yeah,
close.
we were telling
You're-
Poff that the Rams were gonna
Yeah.
win.
Okay. Bro.
I had to. I have to choose Vikings. You can't.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, obviously,
I have to
but
choose.
So what about
you're
awards?
behind. Okay.
Get into 'em?
Let's do the lowest one first. Let's do offensive rookie of the year. No, I'm just kidding. It's obviously. Let's get the obvious ones out.
Comeback player of the year.
Offensive rookie year is gonna be Jane Daniels.
Defensive rookie of the year is gonna be Jared Verse.
Jared
Yeah.
Verse.
And then comeback player of the year. I mean, who is that? It should be what's his
It's gonna
name?
be Sam Darnold. It's gonna be Sam.
Why would
Darnold.
it be him?
He's gonna get votes.
That'd be so
He's
stupid. Isn't the award supposed to be like you got hurt and then you're back?
Yeah, but they're still giving it. They said they would accept votes.
It
for
should
Sam
be that
Darnold.
one
Was
running
Baker
back.
hurt at all last year?
No.
No.
He played.
No.
They were in the playoffs. They won a playoff game.
They were saying
Yeah, yeah.
Joe Burrow again, but like,
J.K.
could you have
Dobbins?
two?
Dobbins, yeah, he got
Dobbins,
hurt.
yeah,
And
yeah,
he was
th-
really-
yeah.
He was really good. He was really good.
It's not a lot. There's not a lot of like.
He only
I
played how
genuinely
many
believe
games?
Sam Darnold's gonna win that award.
I think so
It-
too.
it is
Like
kind
not
of-
being
it's a
biased.
QB award.
Not
They-
being
they need to
biased
make
at
a
all.
separate
Joe
most improved
Flacco
player
came off
award
his
then.
couch last year and
Yeah.
won it. So
Yeah.
like,
They need to make a most improved player.
yeah,
Yeah, rather than comeback player. Yeah.
like the NBA has.
Yeah.
What about defensive player of the year? I think
Ooh, that's tough.
you could. I think
Miles Garrett.
Miles Garrett.
Again?
Again.
I mean, he had a really good year
I
this
think-
year.
I think
Again.
this year might be a corner.
Who?
I think I'm saying.
PS2.
Oh,
Pat
he's-
Surtain.
Sertan, yeah. I think
Surtain.
yeah. It's Sertan or
I would
Miles
love to see a
Garrett.
corner win.
Yeah, I think I want
think it's
Sertan to win.
Stephon
it.
Gilmore.
Gilmore. Yeah.
No one had
Yeah.
a crazy year as a D end
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
like a rusher, you know. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely see
PS2.
Sertan winning it.
You know, there should be a celebrations of the year award because my Vikings would have taken that home
There
immediately.
should be a what?
Celebrations of the year.
There is, I think, but
Is
you
there?
guys don't like to get a trophy or anything. But
It'd be cool.
okay, who's
Coach of the year,
offensive player of the year?
offense player there.
Offense.
Saquon. Yeah,
Saquon.
yeah, it's gonna be
I want
Saquon.
to say Jamar, but I'm going with Saquon. I think Jamar's triple crown. I mean,
But his
many-
triple
Yeah.
crown isn't talked about that much, which
It's
is
not.
so
It should-
Well, it's
surprising.
because the
shouldn't
team
talk
wasn't
about
that
Yeah.
good this
But-
year.
I
like,
wanted them to be in the playoffs over the.
They had a guy, top 3 in sacks, or was the sack leader? I can't remember.
Yeah.
I think-
Hendrickson?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He sack leader, triple crown winner, and the passing yards leader, and,
And
they
they-
didn't
yeah.
make the playoffs.
Bang-
I'm
Bengals.
surprised they didn't fire Zach Taylor.
Yeah, they should have.
Their slow
Why?
starts kill him, dude.
Zach
What'd he do?
Taylor?
What'd he
I don't
do?
think he's a good enough
Yeah.
offensive mind.
Yeah.
But
Their
you
slow
just
starts
named
kill them
how
every year.
the offensive.
I think he's carried
I no, I don't think it's his offense. I think he does get carried by his players, but also just he's not a head coach where he
Yeah.
situationally knows what
What's
to do in
going
the
on,
exact moments.
Yeah.
Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah.
I mean, he saw with the Cardinals this
Yeah.
year. He's an amazing offensive coordinator with
Yeah.
Commanders.
But like he wasn't good as a head coach.
Right.
So
I
Which,
think
by the
we
way-
got to have conversations about Kyler
Yeah,
Murray.
I was just about to say that. I
Like-
drafted him in all 3 of my fantasy football leagues. He sold me in all 3 of my
I
fantasy
was
football
really
leagues.
high on Kyler Murray too, but it's just like it's come to a point where he's the same player since he was rookie. Like he has these stints where first
Yeah.
half of the year he's like, oh, like 2 years in a row he had a stint where he was like looking like an MVP,
They're 8-0.
and then they fall off.
And then Call of
completely.
Duty comes out.
yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like, and I was a Kyler Murray fan, but I think if you give Cliff another chance, I think he'd be good.
As a head coach?
Yeah.
As a
Because we
head
got
coach,
to have conversations about Kyler Murray.
I just think he's one of those
He's
guys
just-
where he's
yeah.
just a great offensive
Yeah.
coordinator.
No, because
but
we're
I don't
thinking
think
we
he's
got
a
to think
coach.
about this. Like they looked like the command. He proved the reason why he was fired is because of their fall off at the end of their seasons.
Mhm,
It's because of their offensive
That's
fall
true.
off, and he was responsible for the offense, but his offense did not fall off this year.
that's because
It
he was
got better.
Yeah.
So if we think about it, we got to put it on Kyler Murray.
Or that's
we
just a
keep
Jake
putting-
Daniels stat.
All right.
And he's
We gotta
really
we
just
got to
like-
keep
I don't
putting
know.
it.
I mean,
Speaking of coaching, let's talk about coach of the year.
yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Go ahead, talk about it. It's your
It's
coach.
gonna be my savior of the organization, Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah.
I understand the argument for Dan Campbell.
No, I don't.
They had their best season
I
in
don't.
franchise history.
You don't at all.
Nope, not at all.
But
I
what
would rather
Kevin O-
put Dan Quinn up there.
What Kevin O'Connell
Yeah, Dan
did
Quinn,
with
yeah.
Sam Darnold this year, making him look like a great quarterback until the playoffs. Sam Darnold got
He saw
he
ghosts.
got a little rattled.
Yeah.
He was seeing ghosts again. But what he
Kevin
did with the
O'Connell.
He's my
offense,
pick.
this
KOC's
year-
my pick,
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
He's the best quarterback guru on the planet right now, easily, 100%. I mean, there's
He's coming
no.
from a Bears fan too.
It's just like I really wish I'm not. Actually, I don't gotta say that anymore because we got,
You got
Ben
Ben Johnson.
But it's just like it's so impressive with how like he handled it because he has to change the whole mindset. Because the mindset coming into the year, oh yeah, it's a building year. We got a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
Then you got this guy coming from the Jets or like from the Niners, right?
Niners,
Sam
right.
Darnold, and then
1 year.
you
10
turn him
million.
into a 2-loss team. Like that is just man, I can't even imagine how
Yeah.
that turns out.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we see Kyle Shanahan not being able
Yeah, we
to
only lost to 2 teams all year,
perform.
which is kind of.
We could talk about the Niners too. I mean, y'all are Niners fans. We could talk about Brock
Hey.
Purdy and the issues.
Yeah.
Oh man, you see, we might pay him 59 mil.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
that's the number we're looking
that's
at.
tragic.
Yeah.
I love Brock Purdy, but
Pay Sam
59
Darnold.
million
Wait, hold
kills
up.
me.
Pay Sam Darnold $30 million a year, or Brock Purdy $59
Darnold.
million a year.
Well,
No.
I think
am I a fake fan for saying that? For saying I'd rather have Darnold for 30
Darnold's
mil?
contract.
Give me I became a Purdy fan over the course of this year. I was a
Yeah.
Purdy hater before the season started, but when people got hurt, he still performed
Yeah,
somewhat.
Yeah,
And then he would just
There was
he's
like
just
a
not
couple
elite.
games
He's just not
where-
elite.
yeah.
He's just not elite. He's good.
Mhm.
He's not
Yeah.
elite. I wouldn't pay him elite money.
I think the way the building believes in him, he's gonna get that 50 million
Yeah.
plus. And
I think Saquon alone is going to change the market, though. I don't think quarterbacks are going to get paid as much anymore. I think
Derrick Henry and
I
Josh
think
Jacobs.
because
as well.
we
Yeah.
look at Jalen Hurts and the Eagles right now. Look at where they're at. Is it because of him?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Is he going to get paid like that?
I don't
No.
think that affects the QB market.
I
though.
think
just
it
that
does.
affects the running back.
The
market.
running back market.
No, I think
Hey,
it
you're
affects.
right.
I think it affects every positional market.
I mean,
On offense.
running backs are still
On
going to get
offense,
paid what 12 mil a year, 15 mil a year.
No,
That
I
doesn't.
think
That's
they'll
not
get more.
QB money. That doesn't.
I think they get
you
no
need
receivers.
more than that.
because
Receivers are making
QB. I'm not saying they're going to
Yeah.
get QB money. I'm saying like it's going to take away from that
Well,
QB money.
I
Like,
mean,
Imagine
that
what
takes
Jamar
away-
Chase is going to get this offseason. It's going to
Yes,
be great.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
you're not going to
especially.
pay quarterbacks
I mean,
60 mil,
yeah.
70 mil in the future. You're not doing that.
I think running backs should still be getting paid more, but I think it's really about getting a lineman and getting a lineman
Yeah.
to get paid
Get a-
more because they're one of
team
the
around
least
them.
paid positions in football, and
They're undervalued. Guards.
yeah, and it's really the offensive line that starts
Tackles,
that
man.
run
Tackles
game.
are the
Yeah.
Guards
Yeah.
are undervalued.
I mean, we talk about running backs, but I mean, the Buccaneers, they had a top 5 run game with, I'm going to say it again,
Bucky.
Rashad White and Bucky Irvin, who was a rookie.
Rashad shouldn't
And their
even get
O-line
touches.
was
we don't even gotta
really
talk about Rashad White.
Really solid in the run game this year.
I remember when
Pass
Bucky-
game, it was a little iffy, but
I remember when Bucky Irvin was a Golden Gopher.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
remember that.
And he was
MVP.
MVP. We gotta have the
Not on my
conversation.
pick, man. I love Lamar Jackson. MV3, Super Bowl to his name in a couple years.
I would have
It's
if I had a vote.
Best QB of all time.
It's Josh Allen.
I put Lamar, but we gotta talk about Saquon just a little bit. If he had the record, I would have voted for him.
yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
He
I-
would have had the record if they let him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if
Against
he got
his
the
old
record.
team, like, come on, man.
That would have
That'd
been rubbing it
so
right in
awesome.
the GM's
Yeah.
face.
That would have been so awesome, and it was in their building.
Yeah.
I think it's easily Lamar Jackson.
think it's
I mean, you look
I
at the
think it's
schedule he plays.
Easily though.
Yes, I mean he played. The Ravens had one
I
of
don't
the
know.
hardest schedules in the
Don't-
league this year. He had how many bad games did he have this year? Did he have a
Not a
single
lot.
bad game?
Last week.
That's not regular season. That's not regular season.
He got
And that
two
wasn't
back.
even a bad game.
It was,
but
yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Josh Allen didn't have a good game either. He had like 190
game
total
managed.
yards.
He game managed for sure that game.
Yeah.
But Josh Allen, I
Yeah.
think he's gonna win the MVP.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think it's Lamar.
They're gonna play Mr. Brightside too.
I think in terms of most valuable player, I would vote for Josh Allen. But I
I
think
agree, kind of. But
if you
I
look at
just
the
think-
stats, I think Lamar should win it.
I think Lamar's more valuable to the
No.
Ravens than Josh Allen is to the Bills.
no,
No, no.
you're crazy.
No.
man.
No.
Crazy.
I think the fact that the Bills they don't have the best team around Josh Allen is just such a lie, such a narrative that they're trying to push for Josh Allen to
What
be
do
a
you?
Super Bowl.
He had one. They had one All Pro, and guess who that was?
Who was it? Dawkins?
Josh Allen, the second team. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that's fair. That's what happens when your whole team is like, no, Josh Allen's carrying these bums, yada yada yada. James Cook is they have excellent run game. James
Yeah.
Cook is awesome. Their O-line
but
is
you
knew-
awesome.
you knew
Their
Didn't you just
defense
use
is
the
amazing.
argument earlier that
We knew James
Lamar
Cook
was a
was
part of the Derrick Henry success?
Mhm.
You could say the same thing
Yeah,
about James Cook too.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
So
about Josh
give that
Allen.
to him too. Give
Josh
that to him.
Allen,
He had a
100%,
rookie wide
100%.
receiver.
I mean,
he had
yeah.
Shakur as his.
Shakur is awesome.
I feel
Shakur
like
is
he
one
really-
underrated wide receivers. in the league.
Yeah. I mean, I think
Dude, he hasn't dropped the ball all season.
Yeah, and I think it's really because he fits. It's not necessarily his talent, but he fits that offense really well with Joe Brady.
Yeah.
Where he gets the screen passes, short slants, drag routes over the middle. He fits that offense really well because he's good after the catch, and he's a good, solid player that can catch the ball.
Yeah.
I feel like James Cook was gonna be good because of how Dalvin Cook.
He played
in
good
the league.
last year.
Yeah, I mean,
how
yeah.
Dalvin Cook
Yeah.
played, you were just like, you need those like athletic abilities from
James
his
Cook is
brother,
a
and his
baller.
brother is.
And
James Cook might be better than Dalvin.
Hey,
Cook.
and Ty Johnson as the other running back, he's been really good
Yeah.
ever since James Cook got hurt.
I mean, where's
And he's
the
gotten
Bills'
some
weakness? What skill or what position are they not good at right now? Like they
Yeah.
have good
But the
players
thing is,
on
we're not
every
gonna-
single level on the field right now.
But
Love
all
me some
pro
Mac
level,
Hollins.
like elite level. No, he doesn't have any elite level guys.
That's okay. There's
Yeah.
no flaw on the Bills. There's flaws on the Ravens.
What's the flaw on the Ravens?
Linebackers are mid. Not the best.
Roquan.
Yeah,
Smith.
Roquan Smith
Roquan
is-
fell off. I'm sorry. Roquan is not good at football anymore. And that's the truth. I'm sorry.
What?
Watch it. No, I'm serious. Like I don't have the advanced nerd stats
Did
to
you
pull out on
did
you.
you
I
just
wish I
say
did.
Roquan Smith
Unfortunately,
fell
yeah,
off
I
and isn't good at football?
Isn't good at football.
Isn't good at
Isn't good
football
at football,
anymore.
so
That
clickbait.
that's
I think if there's any
But he
weakness
fell
on the
off.
Ravens,
He
it's
had a
the
clear- he had a
it's
clear
their
drop
D
off from
line.
this year to last year. Their D line's okay. I mean, they're good in the
Yeah.
run. They're
big boy
they don't
Michael
really have a lot of
Pierce.
pass.
Michael
Yeah.
Pierce had an interception this year.
I know, but like
And it's like,
other than that, like
and I think the Bills have a better receiving core than the Ravens.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
I
I
think
think it's about the
Flowers-
same. I think it's about the same.
If Zay Flowers is playing, then it's different.
yeah.
Rashad Bateman
If
was
Zay
really
Flowers
good.
Zay Flowers
was
is
playing, the Ravens
overrated.
would've won.
Zay Flowers is overrated.
He's a little overrated.
But he's still
I
good.
agree.
He drops too many passes.
He does.
Yeah, well, we know that from last year versus the Chiefs.
Well, and this year, he dropped multiple passes this year that were huge.
He's young though.
And the Ravens O line.
Ravens
Well,
have
you
also
can't bring up
this-
the Ravens without
Their
bringing up
tackles are
drops.
not good.
And Ravens
Yeah.
also have the second best running back in the league right now. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
what else is there
King
to say?
Henry doing it at his
that's
age,
the
too.
argument. Like, and Derrick Henry also helps Lamar in the passing game.
Yeah, he opens up.
If you
that
think
pass.
about it, like when you do a play action,
Derrick
they're gonna
Henry's-
come up.
I
Come
think
down,
Derrick
yeah.
Henry's the best running back of all time. You're not gonna see me disrespect.
oh my
Derrick.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's
God,
let's
dude.
not talk about it. Let's not talk.
You're disrespecting Barry Sanders, Eric Dickerson, Emmett Smith, Walter Payton.
How could I disrespect them when I'm
If you're saying Derrick Henry's the greatest?
Henry is Derrick Henry.
the
Dude, have we
greatest
not been
running
watching
back
the same Derrick
ever,
Henry, man?
ever.
Dude, how old is Derrick
Stop.
Henry? He's 30. He's
Stop.
30 years old.
Let's
Still
just
the
stop.
second best running back in the league. This is
just
LeBron level.
Let's just stop.
LeBron level longevity.
You know what Emmett Smith was when he won, bro?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. And Walter Payton won a Super Bowl when he was like what, 29, 28? Come on.
19 what year was that?
1985.
And Barry,
He's
Barry
the
was
only running back to ever
and Barry
carry
was
his
still
team to the
elite
Super
when he
Bowl.
retired early.
And you didn't even mention Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
Right, that's what.
He's nice.
The last
He's
non-quarterback.
nice. Yeah,
to win
just
MVP.
the last
Well, I think he's better than
non-quarterback
Derrick
MVP
Henry.
winner.
I think
He's
another
nice.
thing is that Derrick Henry was on pace to have the best running back season of all time. Tore his leg.
Yeah.
It shattered. And then he came back as a 28-year-old, 29-year-old, and act like it just never happened.
I think
and he's
Da-
still elite.
I think
What are we
Derrick
talking
Henry
about?
is above.
He's too.
Didn't
Adrian
Adrian
Peterson.
Peterson do the same thing? I feel like Adrian Peterson.
Yeah,
did the
Adrian
same
He was
Peterson
not as
tore.
good as
He
what
tore.
Derrick Henry is
He
right now,
tore his
though.
ACL
Yeah.
in the last game before his MVP season.
Okay.
Came back in
thing. Yep, came back.
6 months or whatever, which
And
is
was-
ridiculous.
Was he as good as what Derrick Henry is doing right now?
He was the MVP.
Did Derrick Henry win MVP?
He was the
He should have. Should have.
in 2019. In 2019, are we serious? Isn't that when Mahomes had 5,050
Yeah.
touchdowns? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. We're just acting like
That-
history doesn't happen. Like, come on, man.
I don't even. MVP. I don't care about awards as much because again, it's just when he wins MVP.
but you're
it's
fighting
just,
for Lamar's MVP.
Yeah, I mean,
You
I
don't
think-
care
well, I
about
think he
awards, but
deserves
you're
it.
fighting for
I think he
Lamar's
deserves
MVP.
it. He's my pick. I mean, that's different. You could.
But Derrick Henry, I mean, I'm not even putting him over Walter Payton just because of the fact that Walter Payton is the only person in history as a running back to carry his team to a Super Bowl. Him and the defense. That's literally all it was. So, I mean, I may be a Bears fan saying that,
Well,
but it's like,
You could say Emmitt Smith.
no,
would love
Troy
Cowboys.
Aikman.
Aikman was mid.
And
I,
who was the receiver? Can you name a receiver from the Bears that year from 1985? No, you can't.
No, because they didn't pass pass the ball really that much.
That's such a
But they did on the Cowboys though.
Yeah, and
That's such a
they were a
different
bad.
league
They had a
though
bad
back
passing
then.
game. Aikman
Yeah.
was overrated.
Michael Irvin.
Aikman had one season where he had 20 touchdowns.
Well, that's not what we're saying though. Who was the only elite player on the Cowboys? There was two. Two. The Bears had one. It was Payton.
Yeah, but I'm saying he wasn't the only running back. Because
To
Emmitt
carry
Smith.
his team to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, because I think Emmitt Smith did
I
that too.
don't think Emmitt Smith carried his team to a Super
I
Bowl.
think we're gonna have to save this conversation for next time, though. Getting a little late on time.
This blows, bro.
Yeah.
We haven't even talked about NBA. Kings, stand up, bro. We're playing the best basketball on the planet right now.
Whoa. Second.
Are we not though?
You're not.
I think it's
You're not.
first. I think
You're not.
they're the,
You're not.
Who
they're
is?
the best.
The Indiana Pacers.
Oh my.
Oh my God! Don't even
Let's
act like
end
you're
it
not.
right there, bro.
Thanks.
Hey, no. In our last 15 games, we are 13. No, excuse me. 12-3. We're 12-3 in our last 15. You want to know those losses?
Wins over.
The Bucks. Okay. The Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics. Those are our only losses. And by the way, we beat the Celtics twice. We win the season series against them. And we beat the Cavaliers. It was a back-to-back and a split against them.
All right.
Thank you guys for
Basketball.
tuning in to the first. This is the first episode where it's a new name, On the Record. Thank you for watching On the Record. I'm Mason Flores, Drew Kirby, Holden Beers, Robert Murray, and we'll see you guys next time.
Send Halliburton to the All-Star game.
All right.
Let's go.
The exponential growth from the program from my first year to my third year now, that's what keeps me coming back and keeps me excited and just like fulfills me as a person.
It's so impressive, and we every time we walk in here, you guys are doing something different. It's great. It's great.
Nothing but opportunities here, and we have sports to cover, we have the equipment.
Because the more ambitious you are, the more opportunities you'll have.
On-the-job training is huge.
Get the hands-on experience.
When someone asks who can do it, you can raise your hand and say, I can do it. So
Joining the class was the best decision I ever made.
Stand by, we're going to go to cut one. And cut one.
Cross court to Audrey Jones. Audrey for three. It is good! With 1.3 seconds left on the game clock. Audrey Jones with one of the biggest shots ever.
the sky's the limit, really, with what we can do here.